Hey y'all, Mary Kennedy here from Kennedy Fan 5, and let's look at this mini Google Forms assessment that I created on solving exponentials where you don't use logs. And so it is 5 questions, and I'm just going to show you mine from the back end and from the student point of view. And then, so that if you want to create your own, you're welcome to use mine as an idea or a jumping off point, or, I'll put the link so that if you would rather just purchase it and not spend the time on it, then go for it. And I really do appreciate that if you choose to do that. So thank you if you do. The first one, in fact, I think 3 of them I did as a drop down question. So I chose drop down for 2 reasons. One was that I wanted to be able to have lots of choices. So in a quick little short amount of time. And because I was just typing them in, you can see that I just typed the bracket -4 and the closed bracket, for the first one. It was just super simple just to put it in. The second reason is I wanted to have a lot of choices. I didn't want to just have 4 choices. I wanted to have a wide variety of them. And because it was so easy to type in, you can't do the multiple choice. You can't do the drop down if you're going to show it as an image or as using an extension, which come up. So it's got to be something that you just type in. So you don't always have that option if you're using extension. I use the Equatio extension, which is what you're seeing here. That's what these blue buttons are here. So if I click on that, I usually just click on the first one and just type it in. It takes a little learning curve there, or it did for me for sure. But it's very powerful. It's really lots of good things going on here. So there's that. And the Equatio editor is free for teachers, free for classroom teacher use. So, hey, that's awesome. And so I did the same thing on this one and on this one. So let me show you how that looks over here on the student side. They're going to see it as a drop down where they choose. And usually I shuffle answers, but because I was just doing like a range, like 0 to 10 in this case, I didn't shuffle them. I thought there's no point in doing that. But if I had just picked random numbers, -3, +7, 28, I would have probably shuffled those just to keep things interesting. All right, this one is multiple choice, and you can see that I used the Equatio extension to create those answer choices. That's kind of what it looks like on this end. Over here, it looks a little bit cleaner, and they would just, choose their answer, whatever they think is the correct answer. And so I'll show you also, I do have the upload your work button here, and over here, this is what it looks like. So that's how I have it set up. You're welcome to do what I do or change it however you want. One other thing is that if you're using that extension, or if you have an equation editor of some sort, some way to upload a picture of your equation, and you don't want to use my answer choices or your expressions, then you can always just X this out, or you can X out the actual answer here if you want to keep the little answer choice but put in a different one. You can use that to change it. On the drop down ones, you can just X out any extra answers that you don't want. So if you don't want to have all of those options 0 through 10, then you can, just remove the ones that you don't want. It's super quick. Or if you want to change them, you can just type in the ones that you do want. So very straightforward. I hope this helps.